I want to talk a little bit about what we need to do to move ourselves forward in an environment that is becoming more and more fascist. And that is what we're seeing around us. And there's fear and fascism, and it's all brought to you by the cabal of Big Pharma. And this is no longer conspiracy anymore. We're seeing it play out right before our eyes. Who are these 0.0000001% determining our future? Are we going to be free people, or are we going to be slaves? Do you believe that a few people on top should be telling you what to do and controlling your bloodstream and your health? That's where we're at. Or does health and innovation and does science come from the edges? Because this is no longer a question about a virus. This is a question about your humanity. The truth is that being a human being, and whatever spiritual tradition you come from, is about you as a human being. If you believe you're a spark of the divine, or you have something unique to offer this world, that you have a dream, that you have something to offer, that you have a creative execution of something you want to do, and you want to be innovative. So the goal of human life is for you and I to have the freedom to express our creativity. The expression of creativity and the expression of innovation is the ultimate form of being a human being. Innovation and science dramatically changed in the United States. It went away from the hobbyists, from the young innovators, from people working in their garages, to becoming mammoth establishment science. Science became highly centralized. And as a part of that, consolidation of science took place and consolidation of thinking. That means people fall in line. They come to the mediocrity. They come to the median. You can't be a little scientist in your lab anymore. And Fauci at the NIH has built his entire career on this. Anthony Fauci, I would say, controls millions of academics' futures. No hyperbole. He singularly, with his little cabal, can annihilate a biological scientist at any one major university if they don't fall in line. That's what's fundamentally going on. That you have singular command and control. This is no different than the Communist Party. The Central Committee controlling everything that goes on with billions of people. And that's what we have right now. We have the complete consolidation of science. That means that it becomes very, very difficult to get access to truth. Because truth comes from practicing the scientific method. However, what we move to is what's called scientific consensus. Scientific consensus means find that virus, fight that virus, kill that virus, vaccines and pharmaceuticals. It is not about immune health. And the reason is the history of the centralized medicine favors a pharmaceutical approach, which is everything is a nail and everything must be a hammer. Everything must be a virus. Everything must be a vaccine. Everything must be a pharmaceutical drug. Completely a lie. Anthony Fauci and his cohort should be indicted for this. They should go to jail for this if people actually understood what happened. Let's beef up your immune systems. Why is that not occurring? That's a central question everyone needs to ask. And what that will lead you to is a path to truth, freedom, and health. We have a problem in this world where freedom is being constrained, truth is being constrained, and health is being constrained. If you don't have freedom to express your views openly, and you don't have the opportunity to debate things out, if we don't have freedom to go out and talk, if we're all censored, if we can't give opposing viewpoints, then you know what happens? We don't have freedom. And without freedom, you can't really do science. And therefore, you create lies and not truth. And when you create fake science, then what happens? You can use that to create a fake problem and a fake solution. Let's not talk about vitamin D and vitamin A and taking care of our bodies. Let's always talk about a vaccine. Fake problem, fake solution. Maybe we need to boost up our immune systems. We would be focused on clean air, clean water, clean food. We would be getting rid of companies like Monsanto. None of us would be buying their stuff. They don't want people rising up from below, so they want to do top-down solutions. But the reality is, when we fund science, then you know what? We have the right to that data. And we have the right to analyze that data. There's millions of smart people, billions of smart people in this world. We need to decentralize science to the edges. What they do today is they do an experiment in their little labs. Remember, they got to get tenure, they got to get funding. They hold on to their data, they massage their data until that line fits their curve that they need so they can get more funding. This is what's actually going on. But many of you know it doesn't add up. So the way we get there, the way we get to truth, and we're at an inflection point, is we must demand citizen science. The technology's there. Let Twitter support that. Let Google support that, but they're not. Google and Twitter and these organizations are censoring and censoring and censoring. We need to have digital rights. We need to make sure that all of us can communicate freely. And if you go look at the history, the goal was all of us were supposed to be the press. All of us. Okay? Now contrast it to where we are. Quote unquote free email, Hotmail, Yahoo, all these guys, Google. When I send you an email or I send you a communication, they own our communication. And that everything is always an infectious disease. Everything. The fear-mongering. And when you promote fear-mongering, which is what Fauci is doing and Big Pharma is doing, they got you. They got you right there where they want you, okay? They got you because now they can feed you everything else. They can say, you know what? We're going to remove your freedom away. We're going to start tagging you with a chip. You can't drive around. You can't go here. You can't go there. Where's your vaccine card? And you say, okay, I'll do that. You become amenable to that because you're afraid of infectious diseases everywhere. Okay? It is a methodology of control. And that is what's taking place. China, CDC, WHO, Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, Chan Zuckerberg, Fauci. These guys are all involved in this. And they're doing this because a bigger agenda is for a set of global elites to move civilization into a model where it's no longer human beings, you being a creative individual, you having the light within you to pursue your own dreams, but to make us automatons in a mass, vast factory, which is what China is. They treat their people like dirt, and it's a factory. The goal is, imagine 7.2 billion people being little automatons, getting vaccinated, doing a set of jobs, and we basically become slaves. That's what this is about. And it is up to you to realize that we must stand up. I'm talking about working people like you and me who are fed up with this nonsense, who are fed up with Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, Anthony Fauci lying to us, making up science. And that's what I'm here to tell you. It's time that we shut down these people. It's time that we took care of our own health. All of you should get upset. This is a time not to be in fear, but if you want, replace that with anger. Anger is not a bad thing. It'll free you. They want to deny that because they want to deny you your own humanity. And that's what this is about. And it's about time we end it. Because if we let this go on, I'll guarantee you next year this time, the severity of our quarantining, the severity, we will lose massive amount of freedom. And we cannot allow that because you might as well call it game, set, match. And you might as well wonder what it means to be a living human being. Because for me, being a human being is recognizing that I am a spark of God, you're a spark of God, and we were put here to completely explore the essence of being a human being. And I mean, this is an important time for us, each one of us, to recognize our own humanity and decide, do we want to be human beings or do we want to be automatons? The Chinese Communist Party, that's the way they treat their people. That's the way centralized science does. That's not, I don't think, why we were all born into this world to be. We were all born to be beings of light. So let me end by saying, know the truth, be the light, and find your way. Thank you.